SpongeBob coming out. Everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you today with a Veve OMI update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. For not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing, is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and Smash. That super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. I know I'm not looking the greatest right now. We'll start to shave, and I will have a bunch of fun things happening later this week. Speaking of which, tomorrow we do have Pro the Doge, or the Dogecoin millionaire. He made a couple $1 million with Doge, and now makes a lot of money doing a lot of other stuff. He does have his movie out, Not Financial Advice. You can find that on Amazon, I believe, or Apple TV. That'll be really fun. I'll get to interview him tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That will be amazing. I love that. He's a cool dude. I can't wait to talk to him about everything. Dogecoin, his new... he's in Squid Grow, you know, obviously the cat. Obviously he's in Veve and OMI, which is really cool. So we'll be able to go and talk with him about everything, some new projects and all that. I do have to kind of focus on here where I've gotten my stuff that I need to go view. But we'll start off on OMI. We'll see how that's been doing, and it's you know, it's up 0.7% on the day at 00062. That seems to where we've been around between 00061 and 00064. That's where we've been trading around over the last, I don't know, several days. On the volume, we had a lot of volume the last few days. It was between, I'd say it's like a one and about $1 million. We have now it's at about 784,000, so it is slowly going back down. And at some point, but even still today, we had this nice little spike that we had, and just someone had just had a big buy order, just kind of went up. Again, that could have been a big buy order, or it could have just been something that was like $20,000, where there was really no sell orders at that time in that range, and it just pumped up that price. I'm not 100% sure how that would have gone, but let's see if we can see it on the bars. If we can see how big of an order that was. We actually can't, but it's a pretty nice looking bar there. That BGC. Big green candle. No, not the Kermit the Frog thing that y'all, I'm sure y'all have seen. Take a look at the cat. The cat's down about 7% on the day. About a $1.28 million market cap. We'll be going over that with Pro the Doge tomorrow. And I'll keep y'all posted about that. Ooh, I got a new... All right, so this is strange. So yesterday we had a... hopefully they fix it today, but yesterday we did not have... anyone that has OMI over on the Veve app, you did not get your OMI points. There's a bunch of people that went from Master Collector to Diamond 1, from Diamond 1 to Diamond 2, 3, etc. You know, because if you had OMI on there and that was the only reason you were a Master Collector or whatever rank you were, I think right now you get like 650 points per day for having OMI on the app. So if you were at, you know, like 1,200 points, now suddenly you're at, you know, 550 points, or I'm sorry, 600, yeah, no, yeah, 550. Well, why? Well, now you're not a Master Collector, because I think for Master Collector you need like 850, give or take. And I don't know what the reason was why they did not calculate those points yesterday. It should be a relatively quick fix. Like if you don't get your points back and retroactively tonight, it should still be by tomorrow. Now, that's not to say that you do have a couple of other people, like Dogboy, literally has been trying since like May, for like almost a year, to get his points right. For whatever reason, there's a couple people that their points are just not calculated. It is a small handful of people, but it's they are just not getting it done, and I don't know what that holdup is. I don't know why. Maybe it's trouble calculating it because things are, you know, whatever. I don't know. But I really hope those people get that fixed soon, because now we're starting to able to use our Master Collector points. So I'll get into that in a little bit, or I guess I'll get into that now, but just let's see how the, but it's weird that Veve goes and sends out an email saying, redeem your MCP points with priority bidding. Like, I wish they would have fixed the points first before they had sent this out. And maybe they did, maybe I just haven't gone, fudge, I didn't mean to do that. Maybe they went and fixed those points and I just haven't looked at it yet. Well, I'm going to check right now. If it's fixed, if it says I have, I don't know, like 2,400 points instead of like 1,100, because again, they have to get that 650 for both days, which would be about 1,300, then we'll see. Well, it is back up. So I do have the points that I was supposed to have yesterday, which is around 1,800, so I'm 1,819. That is the points I was supposed to get yesterday, but they're not including the points we're supposed to get today. I don't know if that extra 650 points or however much we're getting for OMI is backed up, and we'll get that tomorrow. The points are fixed. Maybe we just missed points on the day. If everybody missed their points, that's fine. You know, I don't think they have to give points retroactively. I know some people will want it just because the more points they have, the better. The better odds they have of getting that. And we'll get into that as well. Actually, we'll get into that now. We'll get into that before, since I mentioned it. Yeah, what are people going to spend their points on, Chavez? Chavez, I have so many points. You know, they're putting it on these comics that nobody's really going to get. I get the Juggernaut comic being $10 and 10,000 editions. If they were to do 5,000 editions, it'd be much, much better. I could see them doing, you know, $10 for that because it is a really cool comic. You know, Juggernaut is like a staple in X-Men. He's in, obviously, the animated series from the 90s. He's in a bunch of the movies. He's in Deadpool 2. You know, he's a really, really cool character, and we just had his drop today. His drop made, I think, less than $20,000. It was not a lot. I was a little disappointed about that, just because you have, like him in general is a really cool character, and then you also have him smashing, like, the Professor X sign for School of Gifted Youngsters, and that X sign is from Jonathan Hickman's run of X-Men. I forget what it's called, but Jonathan Hickman is literally like a legend. He is a god when it comes to story writing and comic books. He did Secret Wars. I don't know how many of which he did for Civil War, but he's done the New Avengers and Young Avengers. He is just, oh my God, probably the best storyteller in our entire lives. Like, I don't know, and maybe like a Joe Rogan or Neil deGrasse Tyson that just has so, like, remember Gary where he's going like meow, 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 you know, like in SpongeBob, and Sandy's all like, he has such a way with words. Like that's how I feel about Jonathan Hickman. I'm in love with that man. Anyway, let's get back to this, Brad. To what I was going on with MCP points. You do have the Hulk comic that is coming out. That is, I think that is the 5,000 editions. Let me just recheck real quick. I don't want to spread misinformation. So you have the Veve Digital comic lineup continues, iconic form. Avengers number 684. I'm not 100% sure what's really special about this one. I don't think it really says, but you do have a Scotty Young variant over on the rare, and people are calling it the Pickle Rick Hulk just because, like, it looks like, I'm Pickle Rick, I turned myself into a Pickle Morty, you know, like that type of thing. Like, he looks like Pickle Rick, even though he's obviously just the Scotty Young version of the Hulk in that. But people are pretty excited about that. So it's the first appearance of Immortal Hulk, back from the dead. He cannot be reasoned with. He will not be stopped. Bruce Banner isn't home right now. There is only the Immortal Hulk. No surrender. So these are 5,000 editions, and these are $7. So these will actually do a lot better, especially because people are going to be looking for that Pickle Rick variant. That's what we're calling it anyway. And again, that ultra rare, there's only going to be 125 of those. Like, these are going to be very, very scarce. I think this is going to be a much better tell of how it's going to go. But the reason they're starting with Juggernaut is because, one, it just lines up, and two, because we have if they have a couple of bugs, which they most likely will, and we have to fix it, things aren't working, it's okay, because it's just a comic that people are going to get, but they're not going to be crazy upset if, like, they get it messed up. You know, it'll be okay. Like, could you imagine if we have, like, first appearance Wolverine, and this is the first one that we're using our points for, and it messes up, and it's just a crap show? People lose their minds. They'd be like, pitchforks would get out. You know, of course, I would bear the brunt of it because I always do. But you'd have so much negativity towards every single community, every single content creator, every single person on the team. Like, oh, they can't even get this right. So I'm really thankful that they go on and have the Juggernaut. This particular comic as the first one. I don't know if any alpha was spilled today. You have Alex that had gone on to my collectible stream, like he often does. He had a special stream, his 200th live stream for Veve, which I thought was really cool. So we went on for that. I might do something special for my 900th piece of content. This is my 896th piece of Veve content between live streams and videos. I haven't had the... I might do something special, but the 900th is just so soon. I was going to try to get Doge on for the 900th, because we're obviously going to talk about, Veve and OMI. But this is, 900, it just came up too soon. I didn't think to check it. But anyway, there's no alpha really there. There was a little bit of alpha in Spaces the other night where Alex said, hey, guess what? your MCP points do not expire, which I kind of wanted them to, just because the quicker they expire and the quicker that, you have to use them, the more that people are going to be like, oh, okay, let me take my OMI, buy some bronze tickets, and use those bronze tickets for MCP points. And people will still do that, but apparently Veve thinks that they have enough fire drops, like enough straight gas drops, that they're going to go drop, and people are just going to like be completely smitten with them, and they're going to use their MCP points on them. But what are they going to use their MCP points on? Okay, so I feel like I've been trying to get here for years. I did have a poll the other day saying, since anime has a good chance of coming to Veve, and the reason why I posted this poll is because there was somebody the other day, I don't know who, that had said, hey, guess what? I'm in Paris right now with David, and somebody has a Vegeta jacket on. Oh, God. I don't know if it was this jacket or not, but somebody had a Vegeta jacket on, and they said, hey, I hear you're David from Veve. Like, is there any chance that Dragon Ball Z will come to Veve? And again, the question was, is there any chance? As in, like, is there a possibility of this happening? So do not take this as absolutely confirmed Dragon Ball Z, but take this as, like, is there a chance? And David said, yes. As in, like, yeah, there's a chance, not 100% yet, but you might see this on the app at some point. It does make a lot of poetic sense. We have that Alibaba official announcement that'll happen at some point this year. So I do think we have Dragon Ball Z coming this year. And once we have enough anime, manga, and all these really cool characters come out, I think My Neighbor Totoro would be really cool. Obviously, you have a bunch of amazing animes. You just have, I don't know, Fairy Tail, you have Seven Deadly Sins, My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan. You just have so many amazing stuff like Death Note, Dead Man Wonderland. If we get enough of those, maybe Pokemon, Game Freak, and Nintendo would be like, okay, we'll give the Pokemon license. Again, you have to walk before you can run. We got Marvel, we got a bunch of stuff before Disney, and then, we got it. So we'll see about that. But anyway, I go on and say, since anime has a good chance of coming to Veve this year, and since we're about to be able to use OMI for bronze tickets and MCP points to secure drops, I have a question. Assuming we get the license, how much OMI are you willing to burn to secure the first Dragon Ball Z drop? Now, be advised, there were only 312 votes here, so there weren't a ton. This isn't a large audience. But out of the 312 votes, 1/3 of them, 33% of people said, none. I will not waste any points on Dragon Ball Z, or will not waste any OMI on Dragon Ball Z. Now, there were a couple people here that had said, well, I would just rather spend the MCP points I have. I wouldn't really spend OMI on it. This is something that I would only really go and maybe spend some fiat on, not OMI. Well, there's a decent chance that we have another type of pay-in. Like, there's a decent chance that we might be able to get OMI on the app with physical fiat, whether it's credit card or whatever it is. If that happens, then people will do it. That these numbers will be skewed a little bit. But 33% said no, none. Maybe they're not Dragon Ball Z fans or whatever. 19% had said, oh yeah, I do about $50 worth, which is, again, not bad. Now, again, out of that 300, there'd be like 312. There's like 60 people that had gone on and said they'll spend $50 worth. Well, a quarter of the people, 26%, had said they would spend between $51 and $250. So I'd say it's about $125. At 26%, this is like what, 90, maybe a little bit less than that, maybe like 80-something% of people, or not 80-something%, like 80 people out of these would spend, about $125, which is great. And then it was like, okay, the last option, how many people would spend $500 plus? Of $500 plus, that's almost 1 million OMI. That's like 800,000 OMI that they would have to spend plus in order to secure the Dragon Ball Z drop. And 23% did, which is absolutely bananas. That's like 70 people. Let's just say 69, and everyone comment nice down below for the 69. That is 69 people able to spend 500, almost 1 million OMIs worth in order to secure that DBZ drop. Now, these are obviously the people that are just super DBZ fans. Chavez, oh God, super Dragon Ball Z fan. I don't know who, those type of people would be. How much would I spend? I'd spend $50. I'd spend more if if it was like a super super scarce drop, and it was like, I love all of it, but anything that's super scarce, if you have the main characters, you have Piccolo, Vegeta, Goku, Teen Gohan, well, any type of Gohan. Like, if the secret rare is Yamcha, I'm probably not gonna get it, But if you got like a Android 18, you got like someone that's like cool, someone that's fun, someone that's like memeable, someone that Frieza would be so dope. There's just so many amazing characters in there that people love. Now, is it like Pokemon? No, but it's, oh my God, like literally one of the greatest fights in anime history. The longest fight in anime history was with Goku and Frieza. That's when he goes Super Saiyan. That is the longest fight in anime history, and that took us weeks to finish when we were younger. Watching it on Toonami every day, it was wild. Anyway, let's move on to some of the rest of the news here while we have some times. What did we get to on Thursday? Big Candle. Rip to Jesse. I think I went over the Jesse Jane stuff the other day. So the OMI token updates. Shout out to Splint. Splint has reached level 77, which is really awesome. I went over that Microsoft is laying off in the entire physical game department at Xbox. So again, things are going digital. This time last year, Disney debuted the momentous lineup of global product collaborations to celebrate 100 years of Disney. That was from Business Wire. That was really cool. I'm really hoping we can get to D23 this year. I think that would be great. So somebody had mentioned, I've been getting a bunch of people, just coming up with ideas. 2024, 2025, full on nonstop OMI announcements would be great. And be advised, you might not be able to do all of the licenses with OMI to NFT. Let's say it's Marvel first. So now you could buy, Marvel and Disney NFTs with OMI, and then you'll be able to buy Cartoon Networks, and then, Sesame Street, etc. All of that would create a lot of hype, like getting new licenses on board like every couple weeks. I think that would be really cool. Sandbox had mentioned, wouldn't it be interesting in the racing game that we might have on Veve, the lower the NFT mint number, the more increases of nitro you can use, and you could also buy more nitro with OMI. I think that's a really good idea as well for the racing game. They might make one themselves, or they'll have the people make one. That's fine. That's good. Brandon Babcock says, I judge a product by its team and biggest supporters. He mentioned, Josh Emmett from UFC. He mentioned me, Crypto Rain, Dr. Stuff. And then he mentioned Silicon Secure. Everyone comment F down below to pay respects. Always remember Silicon Secure. Always remember the love we have for that man. I know there were two big troubles, the two secret rares of that Mac on deck drop. One sold for 7,800. I don't know what the other one sold for. We do have a one of one artist proof coming out tomorrow. It's Tony Stark saying he's been keeping a secret. Greg Land's cover inks for Marvel's Hunt for Wolverine, Adamantium Agenda 2018 number 2. It is a one of one. I'm not 100% sure what this one was. One of his biggest secrets for a long time is when he came out as an alcoholic. That was a big one because, people think like superheroes, at least back in the day, were just like, oh, no fault, can do no wrong. And when he comes out saying like, I'm an addict, I have a drinking problem, it's like, oh, shoot, that's really big. But I don't know what this one covers, but it is a one of one. It is by Greg Land. This will likely go for, thousands. How much? I don't know. All right. So we have Jeremiah Aoyang that had gone on and said yes a couple days ago. AI search adoption is quickly rising, especially amongst the tech influencers and developer community. Jeff Bezos has backed Perplexity, a direct rival to Google search. Microsoft has backed OpenAI, a different way to get information instead of search. Bing is becoming more relevant as it's integrated with OpenAI products. Google morale is down, there have been layoffs, and more layoffs are coming. Of course, Google will use this energy into a turnaround. They have enough resources and talent to figure out their path forward. Does this affect Veve? Yes, anything in the tech world affects Veve. It's like that scene from Watchmen where Rorschach is talking to someone, Daniel maybe, and he's just like, an attack on one is an attack on all. Like, any layoff in the tech space is, well, there's multiple things for it. That's okay, in general, not good for the space, but also kind of that silver lining, hey, can we absorb some of that talent? Can we convince them to come here? I think that'd be great. I don't know if I can mention that. One of the things I think would be really cool if Veve were to sell a piece of the company, Tesla, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, whatever, raise 50, $100 million, and then go and get a couple of people from, Apple, Amazon, Google. With Google, perfect time. Get one of the layoffs. Have them go and head a team over out in like Malaysia, Indonesia, like wherever, where you can get these people literally for like, just a fraction of the price that you can get really good devs for in the tech space in America. You go and you have a really large run rate there. You use Copilot. You have 3x lever. It's just such an easy way to do it. But I wanted to bring that up because disruption happens all the time, and if you're not always innovative like Veve is, you're going to fall behind. The best advice I could probably give people, especially people that are kind of aging, like me, we're not direct into it. We're not the first ones into things anymore. Like we're at 16, 20. Do not let technology pass you by, because that is the quickest way to get left behind. That is the quickest way to go and just be out of it. Like I constantly see old people at stores that like cannot figure out how to put in their card and put in their debit number. That's the easiest freaking thing in the world. I constantly see older people try to go at like the post office and be like, "Oh, I have exact change." Like you can't put in a card and make everyone's lives easier. You have to try to give it like, it's just that fear of technology. It's just that it's just not a. It's a very sad thing to see. And obviously, time catches up to all of us. We'll all be going there. But the reason why I bring that up is because Veve has been extraordinarily innovative in this space, and they're going to keep that up. But if I ever see a point in time where suddenly they're not innovative anymore, they rest on the laurels, and then it's like, okay, well, now I might divest from the company a little bit. Now I might go and say like, okay, this is not the trajectory in which I want the company to go. But I see so many other companies that are not doing what Veve's doing, and they're not innovating, and this is why America is number one, military in the world, economy, and this is why Veve will be number one again. They've already won this decade, and this is how they'll continue to win the 2030s if they go and keep this up. Moving on. Yeah, they had an announcement. They had this. Where can we watch? Okay, so the people have some really mixed feelings about the comic announcement with Veve and CGC and Comics and Crypto. I don't know exactly how Comics and Crypto got this for. Maybe they knew somebody at CGC, and then maybe at CGC like, hey, go and make sure Veve gets this slab. Now, if you're somebody that goes on and doesn't have a, what do you call it? Like you're not into comics and you're not into grading, I understand why people think this is a big nothing burger. Because, in order to have this type of thing, in order to appreciate this type of thing, you need to be in that space. It's like, okay, me revealing a PSA 9, Blaine's Charizard versus a PSA 10 Blaine's Charizard. Most people not in the know of grading or Pokemon will be like, oh, cool, it's a Charizard, and they won't really know the difference. They'll notice like, oh, that one's a 9 and one's a 10. They won't know what that means. So a lot of people just in this, CGC does custom labels for characters, events, brands, generally when the IP is notable. So you have to be a notable company or a notable person in order to get these slabs. So this is for Veve variant physical comics only, but this is a big step. This is very impressive. I don't know how Comics and Crypto again was helping to make it happen, but I'm very thankful that they were here. I'm very thankful that they were able to do that. Be advised that a custom label in general doesn't necessarily add much to a comic when it's on a slab. It's really cool, that it usually adds like a little bit of like a premium. It's never like thousands of dollars. It's maybe, like 30, $40. And not all collectors like them. But just one of the labels that always adds a major premium is usually pedigree. So you can't just shoot for the stars. You can't just fly. You have to, again, walk before you can run, and then run before you go into fly. So I think eventually this might be considered a stepping stone in order to get a pedigree, which not the Triple H pedigree. It just indicates that the book comes from a famous or notable collection. So if we can go and get that, and again, I think this is a really cool stepping stone. I think that's something that people might be able to appreciate a little bit more, because right now it just doesn't look like people are super appreciating them right now. But again, that's just my opinion. Moving on here, we have projects, whoever. Oh my God, this is AI, 5 p.m., Major Pain. Um, XAI is not raising capital, so I just wanted y'all to go on about that. I was wearing a yep, went over that. There's the Pickle Rick. People will be talking about. I don't know what's really going on with Squid Grow, but I'll ask. I will ask Pro the Doge about that tomorrow. So the MCP bidding, just to kind of go further on this before I go and take questions. I feel like this is one of the things that it's extremely close to what they were saying. Like sometimes, or a lot of times, Veve says one thing, and then for whatever reason, one reason or another, they have to pivot, and then people are like, well, this is what you promised. Like, okay, well, the regulatory landscape kind of forced our hand to do this. But the MCP bidding, this is almost exactly what they said it would be like. And again, well, Chavez, I have 100,000 points, and it's only 5,000 points in order to try to reserve this Juggernaut comic, which nobody's going to go for. Obviously, more people go for the Hulk one just because it's cheaper and more scarce, a lot more scarce. But there will be a lot of things. You have in a couple months. It's going to be May. You have Star Wars month. First appearance Ahsoka, first appearance Yoda, first appearance Grogu, first appearance Mandalorian, first appearance Chewbacca, first appearance Han Solo, first appearance droids, first appearance Rex, first appearance Clone Troopers. There are so many first appearance Darth freaking Maul. Just in Star Wars alone, you have a dozen or so things that you're going to be able to go and spend those MCP points on, and people will spend those MCP points on. That's just with Star Wars. That is not including first appearance Wolverine. That is not including that comic book, first appearance Captain America, where he punches Hitler in the face. There are so many of these different things that maybe aren't necessarily grails, but things that people will shell out MCP points for. And that's not including OMI to accessory. I'm sorry, MCP to accessory, but you're going to need OMI to spend on bronze tickets, to spend on MCP points in order to get that, to get those accessories. These large bids will burn MCP points very quickly. And again, however many master collectors there are, you can compete with them even if you're not a master collector. You can compete with them if you're Diamond 1 or Diamond 2. If you have 100,000 points, 200,000 points, whatever, you might be able to go and secure yourself a drop. Are you going to be able to secure yourself a grail? No. But would you go and get yourself something that's really cool still? Like, could you get a Millennium Falcon? Could you get the Slave 1? Could you, yes, you probably could. Just because there's so many things that Whale's going to go for all of them. For people that are, Diamond 1, Diamond 2, you are going to have to pick your battles a little bit. But anyone's master collector, like, again, if you have 500,000 points or more, you're going to be able to get most of those. But be advised, guys, even though I have like 800,000 points, there are people that have millions of points, and, they're going to go hard. Anyway, moving on. Where was I? That's the other thing. Rank might actually get you. We haven't really. There's been a couple people messaging me about this saying, "Hey, Randy, is it going to be?" I think McFarlane does it, where if you have a certain amount of McFarlane things, you get on a wait list. What if you get on a wait list just for being a master collector? Okay, well, how does that help? With OMI and stuff. Okay, well, one, that's going to have people go and just have a big what do you call it? It's going to help people go and complete more sets. It's going to help the secondary market buy cheap comics or whatever. That's if they're right on that cusp. But it's also going to help people saying like, hey, I don't have enough points. I will add OMI to my account if they don't already to get more MCP points to solidify themselves in the Master Collector program. Or if they know a big drop is coming out and they always time it, oh, hey, 2 days before a big drop happens, if you're a Master Collector, they go and give you waitlist access for early release. If they go and do that and people can continuously time it, they're like, okay, I'm going to use my OMI to buy more bronze tickets to get more MCP points. And I'm going to just fluff up my account for a couple of days so that when they go and they say, if you're a master collector, you're going to get waitlisted for it. You're going to have a bunch of people do that as well. Again, people already said just for Dragon Ball Z, they would spend up to $500 plus of OMI to guarantee that drop. If they do that for master collectors, say, hey, anyone that's a master collector is going to go and be waitlisted for this, you can be damn sure everyone and their sister is going to be doing that. But obviously then the threshold goes higher. Right now it's, let's say, 850 points, maybe 800 points, whatever. Maybe then it becomes, 1,200 points or 1,500 points. I don't know. We'll see. But that's another thing that's very possible as well. I could definitely see people doing that. And this is something that you're not really getting on a lot of, like, are you getting this with Cryptoys? Are you getting this with any other platform? I don't think so. And people are eventually going to realize, hey, I could go and spend $50 on Cryptoys that has no secondary market. I cannot get any of my money back. Or I could spend some money on Veve where I'm going to accrue MCP points for it. I can go and sell my stuff. I can go and cash out. You have OMI to NFT. Like this is a lot of reasons to keep your money on the Veve app and to keep spending your money on the Veve app as opposed to any other platform. And again, Apple, Google, and Tesla could Fusion Ha make their own NFT market. They would be years behind. And it's just gonna, oof. I remember this from Tesla. People saying like, listen, GM has a bunch of your factories over there that Elon's already built, that he's trying to build. GM could go and take one of their factories and convert it to an electric factory overnight. And clearly those people had no idea what they were talking about when it came to distribution and manufacturing, because obviously, you can't do that. Most people that are smart know that they can't do that. When some people say like, oh, competition is going, when Paul Barron goes and said, ranks Quid above Veve, ranks Recur above Veve, how the fudge are those companies doing right now? I'll tell you, Quid is not paying their people, and Recur has been dead for quite a while. So, competition can come eventually, and I really hope it does. But to do what Veve has done is not easy. If it was, anyone would do it. I mean, people have tried. People have spent tens of millions of dollars and have failed. So it's no easy feat to do this. You have to have luck, you have to have grit, you have to specialize knowledge. Everything has to come together, and it's just not for most other companies. So anyway, I've been going on about a half hour. Is there a lot of comments? There's not a ton of comments. I can keep going for a little bit more. Moving on here. Z says Pro the Doge is huge on Squid Grow. Yep, I'm going to ask him about that tomorrow. Playing off each other is going to be fun. Soul Black. Yep, FOMO. People are going to FOMO a lot. And yeah, MCP points no longer expire. That's going to be pretty fun as well. Shout out to Fofo for getting a reso, spending $1,050, saying celebrating Crypto XR by buying this king that I have wanted since I've joined Veve. Let's freaking go. So shout out to Fofo for going and getting the reso, which is reso's amazing. That's the future grab. I mean, it's already kind of a grab status. I'm going to have the CEO of Bumper on at some point saying, Bumper shines and Bitcoin ETF fallout. Don't fade on this. It is outperforming options by 2,883%, unlocking protected trade opportunities. There is real user data. I said I will get them on at some point in the future. But first, we have Pro the Doge tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on February 10th, we have Fanny Carbonell coming on the podcast on February 10th. I don't yet know what time that's going to be. I'll let you guys know as that comes closer. Veve may or may not be going to Dubai this week. I'll keep you all posted on that. David had tweeted incredible energy from the community. Explore the booth. Discover more about Veve. That was for this weekend. You have NFT Update, which has 279,000 followers over on the X. They had gone on and said, today, Veve released edition Homer Simpson inspired digital art collectible for $50. Obviously, this was a couple days ago. Big Trouble by Mac on Deck released in 2 different rarities distributed via blind box. The lowest pricing at the time was $6,800. Those collectors who secure the secret rare collectible on the drop will be contacted for shipping information in order to deliver your special physical hand-embellished Sofubi toy. But however, that does, it's not if you just get it on the drop and then sell it right away. You do have to keep that. You have, again, NFT Update, which has 279,000 followers on the X account. They will be coming on the podcast as well. I did get confirmation from them 2 days ago. And we have John or Extreme Vendors on X saying, does anyone know a more powerful Jedi than me? And the reason that he posted that was because of the picture that he posted with that as well, showing that he has 634 Yoda lightsabers. Heckin' bananas. Let's say Yoda's lightsabers go for around $17 times 634. He has over 5 figures in Yoda lightsabers. Again, they sell millions of those each year at the theme park. So how many of them are going to want digital? They're all going to probably want some digital stuff. Foster Hilt hit a personal MCP milestone the same day the first utility was announced. He is collected on Veve since April 2021. The points have been on quite the journey. He has 1.5 million points. Dude is an absolute mad lad. Jobs out to come, top 1% secure, yep, allocation. I think I went over this. You bumped me out of math. Yep, okay. Aria Realty is really fun. Prince Toby says, anime, fun fact, My Hero Academia is streaming on Disney Plus in Japan, as well as Tokyo Revengers, and Disney bought streaming rights to Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War, Arc, and also did something with Attack on Titan. That would be really cool to look into. Thanks for that. Big A says, I literally tweeted my Barbie loving neighbor's house yesterday after showing her Veve, and she said she would come to the app and go all in for Barbie. So if we do get Mattel, look at this really cool picture of me. I was young and hot. That's at my boy's retirement party in 2018. That was a good time. Pokemon, yep. Okay, hard to see. I'm sorry. Yep, save them. That CGC comic that is being given away. So shout out to Sean O'Hare and Comics and Crypto in order for having that for us. I know there's going to be questions about Bumper. Basically, one of the big questions is like, how does Bumper make money? You know, if the traders who lose always get paid out, how are they making anything? Well, for Bumper, it is a two-sided market with protection takers on one side and then liquidity providers on the other. So what happens is that the protection takers pay a premium on their side that is paid to LPs as a yield, and LPs and the rebalancing mechanisms protect trades from the downside. So that's how they're doing it. I do have to go and talk about the World Web 3 conference. I will do that in another video, though. I've been making a couple posts about them every day. At some point in March, I think, they're going to be able to have, is it February or is it March? That's South by Southwest is in March. Okay, is it in February? I don't know if I have it yet. Oh, I think it's March 8th and 9th, actually, the same time as South by Southwest that Vivi's going to. They are having a bunch of speakers go out and do their speaking stuff. It is Web3. I was going to try to go there, but I'll be well into filming the Stealing Manhattan movie by then, so I won't, unfortunately. But yeah, the people that I've interviewed a couple of people. Front Fans is going to be there. Meta Mona is going to be there as well. She hasn't been on yet, but Meta Mona, who's interviewed David Yu, she will be coming on the podcast as well. So I've had getting a lot of really cool people for 2024. Ever since Jeremy Cador kicked it off, number 200, it's been nothing, no looking back. It's been great from there. Some Earth 2 stuff, and then should I leave it at that? I'll leave it at that for now. And then if there's still people here that have questions, I'll go over it later. Moving on. We got Web saying Vive's starting to cook now. Oh, they are cooking with gas, my guy. Water is still the best beverage in the world. Croner saying hello. Oh, thank you for the heart. Remember me now. Tammy Hannah saying, hey Randy, let's freaking go. Oh, I need some more protein. My body's hurting. I've been having some good. I need to. Sorry, it's a little stuffy in here. Been having a good couple of workouts recently. I'm feeling pretty good with myself. Moving on. Cole T says, yo, Randy, good to see you, my man. Yo, my man, Cole T. I hope you're doing well. Legacy Bermuda says, hello, fam. Did you grab some E2 skins? I did. I have actually all of the E2 skins. Back in the day, I had almost all of Season 1 for Veve, saying, like, I had every collectible they put out, except for, like, Donnie, and except for the Mogul Grins, the silver and gold logos, but I had every single one of Season 1, I think, except for those, and then obviously, you know, selling and trading for other stuff. But for Earth 2, I do have all of the skins that they've put out so far. Very, very proud of that. And I'll continue doing it. Today was really hard because it was like $70. Greg McClure, thank you so much for the super chat. $25 hairs, my man. Oh, it's like, I'm number one. He's got a number one flag over there. That's really cool. But yeah, Earth 2 today actually costs, there was 5 of them, 15 each. So that's actually $75 worth of skins. And I didn't really want to get them, but they do look really cool. And they were only limited to 1,000 each. I don't know how many of those were actually bought. I'm gonna say maybe not too many of those are probably bought. I'll go over it right now. I did finally reach 41,000 essence, so shout out to me for that. That was really cool. But there's actually 19 minutes in order to get the rest of the skin, so I don't want to go to raid management. All right, so if you go to the skin store, oh no, I'm sorry, it's not 19 minutes. It's 9 hours and 19 minutes left for that. But that's one of the skins that you can get, the Archeok Blue. I don't even know what to call it. Oh, is the blue? Can you not get the blue anymore? Oh no, you can. You can. You could get the. They're all. You can still get all of them, but we don't know. There's only 1,000 for each, and we don't know how many of them are available for each. None of them, to my knowledge, have sold out. These are all still available, at least for the next 9 hours. And then after that, who knows? Moving on. Where was I? Jayco, what's going on? Your message retracted, but I will still say hey. T Beast OG says 1 million OMI gets me 75 points per day. Okay, so the scale is interesting because 10 million does not get you 750 points. 10 million gets you about like 650 maybe. But yeah, 1 million be getting you 75 points per day. So if we break that down, let's do divided by 75. So each 1 OMI right now gets you 13,333 points. And then if you have a million of them, you have 75. Oh no, wait. Oh, wait, I'm tripping. I have to do 75,000 divided by a million. 75 divided by a million. I'm sorry. I did math the wrong way. Each OMI gets you 0.00075. Each 1 OMI gets you 0.00. So a million gets you 75. So that is what we are working with. Now where was I? PB says 775 points for Master Collector. Oh, okay. All right. It's lower than I thought. Good. Omar Kasaj says, hey, fam. What up, Omar? Evan Curtis giving me that heart. How's it going? All right, man. Jayco says, what's up with Colonel Stats Wallet? All right. Since somebody asked, we'll go over it. Right now, you have, we'll go over the most NFTs sold first, and then we'll get into the most purchased, most positions climbed, and then what the top 500 looks like. So you do have eNasty that had sold 73 collectibles, which is a lot. WC3NTE sold 156, which is definitely a lot. And then you have Lucky Ruby Rocky selling 210 collectibles. So let's say that is 366 plus 73. It's about 429. That 429 is sizable, but it is writ small compared to the buyers. You have Thantos, who's the number 3 wallet that purchased 143 collectibles. Then you have Colonel Stats, which had Colonel Stats is number 4, had purchased 246 collectibles. He's moving on up. And then you have obviously Bezojman, the King, number 1, who has purchased 638 collectibles, bringing his total collectibles and comics up to 43,816. Now, if you do go to the top 10 and we take a look at it, Michael Camp is number 10 with over 10,000 collectibles. You need at least 10,000 in order to get in the top 10. Stefan 08 had purchased 87. Husk Show had purchased 79. Mr. Rolex had purchased 75. Shane, who is number 6, didn't purchase anything. Veve is number 5. He purchased 16. Colonel Stats is number 4, purchased 246. Colonel Stats might reach the top 3 at some point. It is going to be an uphill battle because Thantos is just completely always purchasing. And Thantos is ahead of him by about 700 points. And Dr. Profit is number 2, only purchased 3 collectibles this week. That might have been the drop for, oh God, what was it? The Happy Tree Friends, the crafting. But it does look like Thantos will surpass Dr. Profit in the next couple of weeks. He's less than 500 away from him. So he'll get number 2. Dr. Profit will run down to number 3. And then Colonel Stats might actually pass Dr. Profit before he passes Thantos, just because they're purchasing so much and Dr. Profit not as much. I'm still in the top 400, just barely, but I am in there. But in order to be in the top 500, you need to have 1352. Again, this does increase every single week. For as long as I've been doing this, it has been increasing that much at least every single week. Speaking of what every single week and all the stuff that I do, I'm going to ask y'all to do something for me. 58 people here. y'all should smash that like button. That is a free way to help support the channel. Not a free way, it's a Patreon. Smash that super thanks button down below, super chat as well. Moving on here. The Beast OG says the Scotty cover is fire, dude. Straight fire. Jayco says saving MCP for the tier program and then maybe doing 1, 2, 4 million, 6 million, and 10 million MCP tier levels. That is bananas. Get that bread. The T-Beast OG says, did OMI come up in France? Has any alpha come up yet? The only real alpha that we have is really just speculation that David had gone on and talked about Dragon Ball Z just being a possibility. Any alpha, though, be advised, guys, you really don't want to hear. Like, you don't want alpha to be public. God forbid David had said something that maybe he shouldn't have, and then suddenly the licenses go, like, oh, maybe they don't want to do business anymore. Well, like, I feel like Mr. Incredible in The Incredibles, like, we will get there when we get there. Like, we'll get the alpha. We'll get the things that are coming when they announce it. It's just, we gotta be patient. And I know I more than anyone, very tired of hearing that soon. Yeah, whatever. I get it. I understand. Because I invested more than most people in this. I understand more so than anyone. But again, just throwing that out there. Moving on. Gabriel Druin says, did they address the MCP points not being calculated properly today? Officially, they did not. Unofficially, it's back to normal now. And I went over that earlier in the stream, but I don't know if they'll officially announce it. And I don't know if we're going to get those points yesterday back retroactively, because even though they fixed it, it seems that nobody got their points that we were supposed to get from yesterday back today. So I'll keep you posted, though. Matthew Ursel says, Randy, yo, what up, Matt? What up, Matty boy? Omar Casada says, imagine Goku animated him turning Super Saiyan like in the freeze. Oh, my God. That would, oh God, could you imagine? I would love it if you would have to like burn a certain amount of MCP points or OMI to get him to go Super Saiyan, and then Super Saiyan 2, then Super Saiyan 3, then Super Saiyan God. Oh God, perfection. Omar says that will be an epic drop. Agreed. Omar Excited says also Sean doing Goku screams to transform. Oh. So me and my friend B-Rad one day, we went into the woods. And we screamed. We tried to go Super Saiyan. Like, we did science. Didn't work, but, it was, we tried. We went to Vegas one year together. That was so much fun. It was 2018. That was a good time. Went to Vegas last year, too. I might go this year again. I love Vegas. It's a good time. Matthew says, hey, Randy, I'd love to share how I got into OMI and Veve while I was in China. You might find it interesting. Oh, DM me on Twitter. DM me on Twitter. That sounds great, Matt. DM me on Twitter. Wes says the Veve logo on CGC labels is actually pretty massive. I agree. I think that is very massive as well. But again, that is just our opinion. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Dogboy says, Randy. Oh, what up, Dogboy? I was talking about you before. All good things. All good things. D Supreme says Veve needs to get One Piece license ASAP. It is the hottest Japanese IP at the moment. One Piece has been going on for well over a decade, maybe 2 decades. It's like one of the longest running shows. When will he actually be the Pirate King? We don't know. It's so epic. It's just so long that some people are just intimidated by the sheer size of it. It's just so big. What is it, like 1,500 episodes? It's a lot. The short episodes, like 20 minutes each, but they're, it's a lot. But yeah, people love it. It's probably responsible for more profits for Funimation and Shoujo, than anything, just because it's been around for so long. People love it. Jay-Z says, okay, hell, okay. I do not talk. No, I don't talk like him. T-Beast OG says, got my email for MCP and how it works. Nice. Crazy Dan 420, thank you so much for becoming a member. Saying, I got the set of Earth 2 skins today, plus an extra yellow one. Could be very valuable in the future. I was talking to Meet Arya from Earth 2, and he got all of them, and then he got a bunch of extra green and red. I don't know if it was like Christmas or whatever. I got all of them. Just one each. If I were to go extra, I would get blue and red. One, lightsabers, and then 2. Blue and red is like Pokemon Blue and Pokemon Red, the first games. So I just like those colors. You know, they have a couple of really cool meanings. Watt Mountain says, "Go Lions!" Oh, Lions winning 24-10. Oh, all right. It's gonna be Chiefs and Lions. Let's see. Let's see. It'll be Chiefs and Lions. All right. Lions score 24-17. Am I tripping here? Okay, no, it's 49. It's 49. Okay. Yeah, that's in the it's in the third quarter. 49ers they got the ball. Wait, who has the ball? Well, it's third quarter, there's 5 minutes left. I don't know who has the ball right now. But damn, it's going. It's going. San Francisco does already have 10 points in the third quarter. So they are coming back. They were losing like 24-0, and now it's 24-17. They coming back. Moving on. TB says Alex said he has 1 million points on Veve. Well, I don't know. I don't know how Alex has 1 million points. He must have a lot of money. He must be getting that map. I mean, he's got to be making what, 2,500 points? You know, 3,000 points. I mean, he's got to have a lot. Now that being said, I don't know if working for Veve gets you any perks like back in the day. Hey, I missed it on the drop. Can you slide me a collectible? And maybe Veve did it. I don't know. I don't know if that's what happened. But Alex either, you know, has a lot of money and is putting, you know, his paycheck into this, or he, you know, he has OMI on the app. But if he's got 1 million points, he's had to have put a good amount of money in there. So shout out to him for giving the company his paycheck. I think that's very admirable. Greg McClure says, "Good morning, fam. Love catching the live on the dog walk." Smarty Pants says, "Was good, Randy. Exciting week ahead." We do have an exciting week. And thank you, Greg McClure, so much for the 20. It's 20 euro super chat. Comes to be $25 for the US. So USA. Croner saying 41,000. Nice. Yeah, I got 41,000 over on the Earth 2, which is great. Smarty Pants reached rank 91 for MCP today. Glad also to hear that our points won't be expiring after 6 months anymore. Relief for us holding a lot of MCP. Dude, level 91 is no joke. That is hard to do. And you're doing it. You're becoming mighty. That's a lot. So that works two ways. One, that is a line from Space Jam in the 90s, where the Looney Tunes are trying to get in shape for their basketball game with the Monstars. So like Piggy or Porky Pig and Wile E. Coyote and a couple other people, they're watching a Richard Simmons video, and Richard Simmons is like, "You're doing it. You're becoming mighty." And then mighty is also just a reference to the Marvel Mighty. So just love them. J-Co, outperforming everybody, got level 100. It's not easy to do, man. That is not easy to do. That's I can count on one hand the amount of people that I know that have that. You know, I think Mr. MC1, I think Dr. Roll. Like there's a that's a lot. That's hard. Even like my biggest whale, who's like number 2 on the app for sub 100, number 2 for like almost everything. I think he is. Oh, I have to take a look. But I think he is. Where is he? He's only level 96, and he's literally like number 2 on the app for sub 100 everything. And you know, he's put a lot in, and he has a lot more OMI than I do, like a lot more OMI than I do. Moving on here. Greg McClure says, "Randy, do you know of anyone selling their physical Veve variant comics?" It depends. Or do you want them graded? Like, how much do you want for them? Because I might know someone. Hang on. Where are you? How many physical Veve comics do you have? I will send this mad lad the pictura. Okay. Someone's looking to buy. And just let me know. And then we will go and we will discuss it and see if we can get you that bread. All right, moving We got Jayco saying, I moved into the number 4 spot this month and looking to take over Thantos soon. Jayco, you could possibly become number 2 on that list because Dr. Profit, for all the collectibles he has, doesn't really purchase a lot each week. And you be getting that bread. Smarty Pants says, congrats, Jayco. Jayco says, congrats to us both. Dude, you guys are killing it. You guys are absolute mad lads. Okay, all right, we're going to go over what is undervalued over on the app because the comments are done. So I'm going to go and, I have a lot of messages. We're going to go and ignore that. I did a Twitter space on this the other day, some things that are undervalued. One of the things that I really, really want to get another of is a gold and silver Veve logo. You know, I only have 2 of them. I really, really want more, at least one more, but right now it's $3,900 for one. Guys, $3,900 is even it's like 6 million OMI, but let's be conservative and say 5 million OMI. I cannot go and buy a Veve gold logo with, you know, when I could get well over 180 million OMI now, because, you know, I have 177 million OMI, and I'll likely get another million, you know, at some point in February. But right now, you know, I want a dollar cost average as much as I can, and the easiest way to do that is by buying more OMI while it's down here. So I want to go over 2 different things here. We're going to go over Darth Vader, the Emperor's Fist Darth Vader, and we're going to take a look at his price, Luke's price, and then why Luke is undervalued. So the Emperor's, so be advised, the other 2, the common and the uncommon Vaders, they have like 20,000 of those between them. The Emperor's Fist, which has 5,977 of him, you know, for May 9th, 1977, he originally was $80, meaning that you needed $80 in order to mint him. Now he's more than 4x that at $350 for the floor. With someone super popular like him, for this ultra rare, I would say a 4x is about what you should expect to spend in order to get a sub 100 if they're out there. That would be about, what was it, $1,200? That'd be about $1,400. But the lowest one that you can get is from Low Mint Mick, which is $2,200. So that's something that you take a look at and it's like, okay, that's the cheapest option. There is no other cheaper option for that ultra rare Vader sub 100. And the next cheapest option after the 2,200 goes up to number 55 or 55,000. You know, could there be another one like number 97 or 83 that comes out for like 1,900? Sure, maybe. If I had the money, I'd buy that one too. But what I'm saying is you have something that's already more than 4x retail on the floor. And then you have something that is, one second. Then you take another 6x on top of that, and that's the sub 100. But if you go at Luke, which has far less additions, Luke Rare does not have 5,977. Luke Rare has 3,977. That is 2,000 less mints than Vader. Now Luke was only $60 on the drop for retail, and again, at all of the rest of the Vaders in total have like 26,000 of him. Luke has less than 6,000 of his in total. So you have like 1/4 the amount of mints for Luke in general. And then for these 2 specific ones that we're looking at, you know, the Vader Ultra Rare that's animated and the Luke Rare that is also animated, you have 2,000 less editions for him already, where Vader has a 4x retail price. Luke is actually like 18% off. He's 18% less than he was at retail. At retail, it was $60. You can get him for $50 right now. Okay, well, a generally popular for this, for a rare, you'd have to 6x the price for a sub 100. And you could pretty much get that. You can get a number 90 for $315. You You get number 71 for $349. That I think is the best bang for your buck. And then you get number 59 for $400. Why do I think all of these are undervalued? Well, because I've seen people spend over $1,000 for a sub 100 Luke. So these right now, if I wasn't all in on, if I wasn't continuously all in on OMI, I would 100% be going and buying all of these Luke Skywalkers right now. Because that's stupid. That is just absolutely... So even if Luke was at retail and he wasn't below retail for the only animated version that you can get of him, freaking stupid, even if he wasn't that way, you would still only be about 6x the price for a rare. For his, you should be much, much higher than that. And again, Luke is obviously under retail. There's a big, big, massive correction that needs to happen with Luke. When does it get here? When does it happen? I don't know, but it will. I saw some comments here. Smarty Pen says, congrats, Jay. Jay goes, congrats to us both. Greg McCord says, I'd love to grab a graded one. I missed the Comic-Con. You got to come next time. It's pretty great. Jaco says, which one, Greg? Addiction number 1 or Spider-Man? Yeah, Greg, which one? Let us know. Because, we might have both. Ooh, yeah, and let us know if you want it signed, because a friend of mine has a Spider-Man ones, has 5 sets of those. None of them are signed, though, but pretty dope. So, again, keep us posted. Where was I? Please take care of that. Oh, my God. I don't think I need to sign that. Sorry, there's a bunch of stuff that I need to do. There is a bunch of stuff that I do need to do, so I do hate to bounce after only like an hour, but I do have a couple of stuff that I need to do for tomorrow, if I didn't do yet. So that's my bad. But thank you, Greg McClure, for the super chat. That does mean a lot. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Everyone that's a member. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashie. Bye-bye, Dashie. I love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, wow. End streaming? Yes. Meow, meow, meow.